Hi, I'm Adrian Keats, and I'm a trance medium. I work out of Toronto, Canada, and today I wanted to show you exactly how I work as a medium. Now, I will close my eyes and I will allow my guide in spirit, who goes by the name of Dr. Smithson, to come through and speak for me. You will notice changes in the energy, and then you will see what he has to say. All right, what I would like to say is thank you for coming and listening to me. I am Dr. Smithson and I am Adrian's guide in spirit. I have worked with him since the time that he was born. This gift that he has to allow spirit to come through and speak through him is something that he has developed over the years. It is not something that just anyone can do. Oftentimes, it takes someone who has had experience in working with spirit over years to understand how we do work in spirit. And it is not just a simple task, it is something that takes time for a person to develop their energy, to raise it enough to meet our energy in spirit so we can come down and connect from spirit. Oftentimes, we can talk about many different subjects. The things that people often want to talk about are love relationships, health, death, loved ones who have traveled into spirit, and can they speak to them or contact them? And of course, they can. One of the topics around health these days seems to be depression. People seem to be struggling with mental and emotional depression without understanding why. And what I would say about this is there are changes happening to everyone on your planet. The vibration is shifting. And with it shifting, the old ways of operating and living are changing dramatically and dying off in many ways. And each of you have to then adjust to those changes. And that requires a mental and an emotional shift, which isn't often easy when you are in a pattern that you've lived most of your life. And then seemingly within a year or overnight to some of you, you have to change. And change, as you may find, is never the easiest thing to encounter. So, for example, you may find that one day you are living one way, and the next day you are forced out of your home and into a different home for reasons that perhaps you didn't see or understand coming. That change is dramatic and emotionally and mentally upsetting. Well, the planet is going through much the same shift. You're going to find that you have to change your whole way of thinking and living, and that is going to take time. Now, in speaking about loved ones who have passed into spirit, that is something that not many really understand. Can you speak to loved ones who have passed into spirit? Of course you can. If you can speak to God and if you can speak to angels, why would you not be able to speak to loved ones who have passed into spirit? I know some would like to believe that there is no life after death. Well, in spirit, we are probably more alive than you are physically. And we have as much work here to do as you have on your side. Now, In terms of health, there's only one or two things that I want to say because so many people are obsessed with their health these days. What is wrong with me? How can I fix myself? How can I heal myself? Well, healing is something that is complicated. In spirit, we can assist. However, on your side, in the physical realm, there is much work that you also must do in order to heal yourselves. Again, you have to change your mental, your emotional, and your approach to life often in order to heal. Some of you believe that you have to stop eating certain foods, drink more water, and stop smoking and begin to exercise. All of these things help. But the biggest change often has to come emotionally and in one believing that there is a God that does exist and that God can make changes with you and God can. But at the same time, what God wants for each of you is for you to have a purpose and a reason for existing. And that is something that each of you need to develop and encourage and prosper in your life, if that makes sense to you. Anyway, that is all I wanted to say today for a start. I will be back at another point to perhaps talk about specific topics, things that you might want to know about. Thank you for your time.